Today we're unlocking and messing around with the hypertubes and doing a variety of, experiments, you could say. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory. Where last time it was all about increasing production. So we made this massive new power plant, which can produce about 3,500 megawatts. And with all the extra power and Mark II miners, we're able to make our starter base Mark II, which can produce 20 modular frames per minute. So now both power and production are all good. And we are ready to start our main base very, very soon. Also though, you guys left enough likes on a previous video to get me to unlock the Cyber Wagon, and I honestly just thought this thing was a meme. But no, it's the real deal, and it's actually the most overpowered travel method in the game. Like, who would have guessed square wheels would be so good? But no, it's not the square wheels. It's the fact that this is a flying machine. And with it, we can travel across the entire map, almost into our space elevator there, in pretty much an instant. So that pretty much solves all of our travel issues. However, it's a little inconsistent, and there's another form of travel that I have been waiting oh so patiently to try out. The hypertubes! And you better believe it's time to unlock those, brother. So let's rock and roll. And have a ton of fun with them today.
Milestone reached. Fixit Incorporated has processed and incorporated frequent Pioneer requests for pipe-based personal transport. Introducing hypertubes. Safe, aesthetic, adaptable, fun. Enjoy a view of your hard work as you soar through incredibly tight turns. Build them today. Note: Fixit Incorporated is not responsible for any harm caused by irresponsible use of this product.
Now I'm gonna be real, being responsible with hypertubes? I don't know if that's gonna be possible, brother. Like, if we don't make a roller coaster, my mind will implode. But first off, let's just check out how they work. Honestly, it seems extremely simple. Like, you just build supports, and then you just build the tubes. Very straightforward. And then the entrance just goes on the end. Yeah, easy peasy. Now importantly, is how far can we launch with these things? Because that's really all that matters here. So if we did this, and we just tilt that backwards, then we have you go like that. How far are we gonna fly here, brother? Because this is just like a tiny version. Imagine if we scaled this up. Hopefully we actually fly at all though. Ooh, oh, power. Power is always important. Let's see if we fly at all though. Whoop. Oh yes. Oh, you better believe we're flying. Okay, so we can launch out of the hypertubes, but can we land in another hypertube? So we can go from tube to tube? Yes, we can. So you know what that means then. Since we have a little bit of aerial control, we can choose which tube to jump into. So we just do that. We have this tube go off to like that way, and then midair, we should be able to go in a variety of directions. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh. So this is really good. This is really handy. The travel tubes, great for traveling, but like the big thing is the junctions. From getting from point A to point B, C, and D. And this is looking like a good way to do it. Obviously not exactly like this. Maybe we could change it up a little bit here. Like we'd have this going up. We could have this hit the ground. Oh. Or through the ground. Oh, and their build modes. So 2D. And Noodle! Yes. Noodle is life. Noodle is love. Noodle is the best build mode of all time. Anyway, so we could have that. And then we just like get flung up. Oh, and then we land on this one. Oh, okay. So unless there's an entrance, we can't like go through it again. Interesting. So this can be handy for like a turnaround point maybe. Oh my God! Oh! If we don't get sucked into the void. God, that's scary. Also then, yeah? Ooh, that's quite fun. Anyway though, these are some fun little starter experiments here. But right off the bat, we super need a hypertube going to our power plant across the desert. Running that length has not been fun. So this will be much nicer. Switch out of noodle mode too. I love how they called it noodle mode. Ah, 10 out of 10. And also, I wonder if the supports cause extra speed. Because we go through another like junction point, right? Or can we just go like the distance and never slow down? Like how do those mechanics work? Because it seems like going like down a hill in one of these, you go faster. So when we're just horizontal, yeah, it's just a comfy, cozy speed here. Okay. And it seems the supports give us, I don't know if it's just me, but I think they give us a bit of a speed boost. Things get a little wacky with them, but as long as it's faster, that's pretty good. But now I kind of wonder if we just have like a little boost before the initial pipe, does that really help out a lot? I really think it does. It doesn't look like our speed goes down at all. Okay, duly noted. So we always want to kind of like jump into a pipe. We don't want to just be on like the ground level, because ground level, it seems to be like a third of the speed as when we jump through. So I guess all things considered, the most convenient way to go about these is starting the tubes up really high, going down a distance, and then you're just flying, because it doesn't look like we're really losing much momentum here. We're moving, we're grooving, and all is good, except for one little issue, and that's when we reach a junction point, because now things get a little spooky. Because we need to have a travel or a hypertube that goes over to the power and to the steel. And of course, like a million other directions once we get our base built. So I guess at this point, we just go straight up. So yeah, as we approach a junction now, we go straight up, get an insane amount of height, and re-enter a pipe. And that's pretty good. Pretty dang good. I think if we got a little bit more height on this, that would be even better. Well, that just gives us a speed boost when we go into the next section. So yeah, we'll rock and roll with that. And then if somehow we're just walking around the area, we can always just like jump in, like we just do the peasant jumping and whatnot. And it's a little bit slower, but it's an option, right? Right. So now let's bring everything to where it needs to be. All right, and then I just have a little prototype for like an external entrance type thing. So here, you get launched up or not. Okay. Huh. Like sucks you from one pipe to the other like immediately. Okay, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a little bit of height here, then fall into this one and have a little extra speed going forward. But it's kind of just like whoop whoop, no deal. You flying. And you know what, actually, I guess this is a good test, but I wonder if your like a vertical speed going into the hypertube actually matters. Or does it reset to 0? You know what, looking from that, I think it just resets to 0. So we actually have to have the pipe going like really high up. So you know what, let's just do a test. We'll have the vertical tube going up here, and we'll see if there's any difference. Because definitely back at base, you could tell. You got a lot more speed going down like the vertical thing. This is a little, Oh yeah, oh my. That is an amazing amount of speed. Oh wait, uh-oh. A little too amazing. Well, luckily, we don't have to actually run over there now because we have the hypertubes. And also, it's important we figure that stuff out because now here, when we get all this height, we need the tubes to be higher because we actually don't get all that much speed when we land back into them. So that's really important to know. So yeah, we'll just never start at the ground level. We'll always start into a hypertube system from like a big height. That way things will work much better. Okie dokie though. As for this pipe, let's just bring her over there. And cool, I'll fix up our little interchange here and make it more effective. All right, so I think we got our hyper junction figured out here, brother. So from any direction, whenever we hit this, we go up a huge vertical column. We have some hang time in the air to choose a pipe, pick a pipe, any pipe. Then we go down there, get a ton more speed heading through it, and off we go. So it's pretty straightforward. I just went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wall segments. I don't know if this is like the optimal design, but it works well. And also, the bounce pad right beside it can get right up here, and that's really convenient in case I have to fix anything. Anyway though, we are all good, I think. I think for a practical hypertube setup, this will work all around the world. And it kind of is a nice landmark throughout the map. So yeah, we just go up, we have a couple seconds here, we can go back to base, do whatever, and off we go. Add hyper speeds. Very spicy. And also, just as a side note, just for traveling up and down our factories, these things are gonna be super, super nice. Like just the casual, up to the top of the factory, down to the bottom, maybe put a couple walls in here so we don't get flung away. But yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty casual, little slow, but it'll work. And then the hypertube in conjunction just with a few bounce pads will make everything perfect. Because the bounce pads are better from getting like from floor to floor, whereas the hypertubes just get you from A to B, which most of the time is really nice. Okay, so all of that then was the practical aspects of the hypertubes. How to get from A to B, how to make a junction, etc, etc. Now we have to go with the impractical stuff, because if this little ramp thing can launch us this far, how far can we take this? And more importantly, do we want to travel long distances with the hypertubes? Or do we want to make something with the Cyber Wagon? Because honestly, I'm not sure which is better. Like, we're competing with a flying machine. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know how we compete with this. It's so small and so compact. It's like, what? So we're really gonna have to take the hypertubes to the absolute extreme. Because out of anything, the hypertubes are better because there's a chance you can survive your fall, and B, you can control where you're going much more precisely. So yeah, I guess what we have to do then is make a super massive ramp and take these hypertubes to the limit. Okay, so baby slide and big boy slide. So now we're gonna drop down this vertical hypertube and just go right out that little exit and see how far we go. And then we can compare that to the Cybertruck. And this is a pretty decent distance, I think. This is about, I don't know, half as tall as our main base is gonna end up. So if this gets us like a ways, I'd say we're good. I don't know if it's gonna beat the Cybertruck though. That Cybertruck, man, whew. But I guess we just have to find out. So let's rock and roll. Speed, I am it. Whoa. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad. Be bad if we died. Okay, now this is bad. I did not know we could hit the space elevator and bonk ourselves. Huh, more importantly though, we only got to like the space elevator. We're going a little bit over, but I think the Cybertruck was still like way better. So test number 2. I accept my fate, let's just not hit the space elevator. Oh yeah, so it's like we're getting about half the distance. It's still pretty good though. It's still pretty good. But really, is it though? So that's the tower we came from. The jump's down there, and we died right there. So it seems it's like 3 times the vertical height in horizontal distance. And like this, compared to just putting down one little truck boy and driving it on a bounce pad. Yeah, like it's so clear. This is like so much better. Easier, cheaper, just completely uncontrollable. And we have like a 50% chance of dying when we land. Do we die this time? Yes. Other times, maybe no. Who knows? But now if we harness the power of the mighty wagon, we might just be set. Because we've just been using like a normal bounce pad, no like ramps, roofs, anything like that. Like if we could make some kind of setup with the Cyber Wagon that was consistent, we could be cooking. So let's try and do that. We'll launch ourselves in this direction just for some extra different views. And I have a really good idea right off the bat. And that is simply to use like a roof to angle ourselves. Like even something as simple as this could be profoundly effective. Like we'll get the same angles, maybe the same distance and land the same way. Like if we just get one part of this to work every time the same, this could be really, really good. Okay, duly noted though. We're definitely gonna need a bigger roof on that. But hey, the desert's looking nice, right? Very pretty. But now are we gonna die? I think if we land on our player model, that's when we die? Yeah, but if we land on the truck, we're all good. So test 1 was pretty inconclusive. It was like a normal bounce from A to B. This time though, I've sunk the bounce pad really far down, so we can get rid of this little like ramp here. We'll fall into it, and I'm hoping we hit the roof here, and that kind of controls us, just even the smallest bit. Let's see if this changes anything. Okay, well, it definitely changed something. And by the way, I get this comment a lot like, why don't you have any lizard doggos? And this is why. I knew once we got into these hypertubes and all this stuff, it'd be death after death, and oh, would not be a good time. But now it's not too bad. What is bad is our truck has disappeared. Oh God. Is that me? Oh God. Ew. Oh! I've gone to the shadow realm. But wait, whatever happened to the truck? Cyber Wagon? Hello? Wait, yeah. Oh wait, no, it's on the map there. Oh, and it just went over this way and hit the elevator. How did it hit, what? It went from that angle to over here? That is omega weird. So let's just try this one more time here. We good? We are super not good. All right, so if we hit a roof, instant death. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Oh my God, what? Where did that come from? I died and it was like 10 minutes before I got back here. Did it land on the top part of the space? I have no idea what happened there. That just did not work. So next order of business then is if we can't get the trajectory consistent, maybe we can just get the direction consistent. So we'll delete a lot of this, we'll delete a lot of that, and we'll move this to be in a 1 tile area. But I don't know, this is gonna be spooky. Yeah, this is gonna be spooky. Why did we die there? What is going on? Because our model has to be hit by this, right? Like for us to actually take damage? Maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Maybe the problem is that the bounce pad is lowered. Or maybe the Cybertruck is too futuristic for us. Why is it up there? It's literally stuck into the space elevator. What kind of technology was used to develop this? Now as we get closer, it falls down. Yep, we made gravity real. Or maybe it's that Tesla parking code thing, where like the car comes to you from a parking spot. I don't know. All I know is things are getting spooky. So one more test, same dealio, changing the ramp angle. What do we got? Please don't kill me this time. Huh, so maybe it was just the ramp. And we are actually going pretty straight. I think the issue then is, one second. There we go, easy way to survive. You just jump out immediately before it lands. But I think the Cyber Wagon is changing direction mid-air. And we can't control the air, meaning we can never control the wagon. So, it's a good meme, but never gonna be practical. So that just means we're gonna be using hypertubes for most of our traveling, which is fine. Like, we figured out the mechanics, we got a pretty decent junction point, it's modular, yeah. There's only one other thing I can think of that might be a little tiny bit better. Everybody's favorite factory cart. Cause this guy we already can do stunts with. Bruh, we can go the distance. We just have to have the proper infrastructure to make it even better. Full power, alarm on. I'm ready. I'm more ready than I've ever been in my life. To go the distance, to go miles, to travel across the map, to live. Landed it. And look at that distance. For that kind of ramp, for this kind of distance, that is like super solid. Factory carts OP. Or even better, with the bounce pads. Wow. Insane. And completely controlled and reliable too. So overpowered for the early game, it's unbelievable. Oh my god, you can even do flips, burnouts, they don't take fuel. Oh my goodness gracious, incredible. Oh wait, hold up. There's something I completely forgot about. The sugar cube tractor. With all the other methods of transport, I completely forgot it was a thing. So let's get this bad boy unlocked here and see what we can do with it. I bet that this works with the bounce pad. I wonder how far it can fly. Oh, so many questions. Let's find out what's up.
Milestone reached. Long-range transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged. Vehicle stations have built-in functionality to refuel and restock or collect parts.
Okay, so it's good we got the truck stations. They're actually quite handy. And then this needs beacons. Of course it needs beacons. Un momento. All right, my little friend, how far can you fly? Let's put in the old solid biofuel. Ah, oh, listen to that glorious horn. Let her rip. Impressive. Actually more impressive than the factory cart. Oh, but what if we had 2 bounce pads, brother? It only uses the one. Okay, cool. Well, that's all we're gonna be seeing from the tractor for the rest of the Let's Play, probably. Goodbye. Alrighty then. That's all the transport methods. We're gonna be using the hypertubes to really get to and from places. And that kind of leaves one more thing I wanna do. And that's to build a hypertube roller coaster. Because with this whole biome over here, like this cliff area, we're not gonna be building much over here. Like a miner here and there, and that's about it. Our main base is gonna be out in the desert. So this is all free to have fun with. And oh boy, do I have some creative ideas we can do in here. So just give me a moment and I'll whip something together. All right, I built a little track here and it should be pretty fun. Let's rock and roll. Just something a little short and sweet. Kinda like today's video, because I think that is gonna be all for today. So if you guys enjoyed, please remember to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. But have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.